I too welcome Barbara Dean. We worked together for 3-4 years in a previous district, and I'm excited about that partnership as well. So I have a few slides, and I'm going to talk about it. And just to the community, this has been a busy summer at East, gearing up for the upcoming school year. Last year we began with a large number of teachers participating in professional development hours as mandated by our EPO agreement. And this summer is the same. Over 180 teachers worked actively this summer for about 1,200 hours of professional development. And we focused on various topics around curriculum design, restorative practices, mission and vision work. And it's exciting to enter year 2 ahead of the 8 ball as opposed to last year, trying to build the plane in flight. A lot of the work focused on common lesson planning time. As you know, it's part of the EPO plan. Teachers must develop their lesson plans, but also post them internally, and also make the unit guides available for parents. And that was something that took us about 2 or 3 months to really get teachers used to sharing the lesson plans so we can improve instruction and practice throughout the year. This mission and vision work took us all year. It involved a representative group of students and teachers and parents and administrators and community members. And what you'll see throughout this year is all of our work being tied to these 3 pillars. We want students and staff to be tenacious, to think purposefully, and to advocate for self and others. Again, this committee of students and teachers and staff and parents define each of these pillars, define the language within them, and you'll hear a lot about these pillars moving forward. We thought it was critical for us to have all this work tied to something. And when we broke apart the purpose of mission and vision, we made it clear that graduation was not the end result. That was a stop along a continuous journey. And we believe that these components will not only help students academically while they're within our system, but throughout life and whatever they choose to do beyond high school. Back to school, we want to thank the Simon School, Business School at University of Rochester for donating 1,500 drawstring book bags last year. Center for Youth took on that role. And it was really interesting. It was really cool to see parents and students and staff at our orientations this week with their backpacks full of materials, their school schedules. One of our initiatives coming into the year was to make sure that every student had their schedule or had a schedule ready for them before the start of the school. We don't want students to arrive day 1 and not have their schedules and have an idea of what's in store. And that work began last spring with meeting with every single student to ensure they understood what courses they needed, the credits they had, and the credits they needed for graduation. I want to thank a lot of our local community members for their upcoming opening of school. This year's sponsors are Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity and Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Those who are spearheading the volunteer effort and greeting our students as they get off the bus to make sure they feel a sense of pride as they enter the school. This is something we did last year with a few other community agencies, and we hope that every year there's a different group of individuals greeting our students and becoming mentors for them. And I want to just invite the community and the board and those in attendance to our first home game, football game. It'll be the first game for our varsity cheerleaders and our varsity boys football team. And football games at East are always a joy, and we're playing against Hilton High School. Both schools are supposed to be pretty good this year, so it should be a competitive game. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nelms. And we will go.
Can I say one thing? Can I just say one comment? I wanted to mention I'm particularly happy to hear about the teachers sharing lesson plans, because that's such an important, while they might feel like it's a new exposure, it's also an opportunity to learn from each other and improve their own practice. I'm happy to hear you're doing that.
Thanks. Thank you.
Any other questions for Dr. Nelms? Thank you, Dr. Nelms.